One. Welcome to 30-minute reviews. I'm Adam. I do that every week. Why is it every
I'm
week?
Josie.
I do that
Because it's so
literally every
fucking
week.
funny. It makes me laugh
You have
every
not been
week.
drinking this. You haven't been drinking this week, have you? That
That
did
I
not
haven't or I
lag.
have?
Haven't.
No, only
Oh,
Red Bull.
okay. Well, you're gonna be a little bit more amped tonight, which is good because we have no headlines. Now, as you may know, we've been having a little bit of an issue with scheduling. Peter is moving to the other side of the country, so he's not here tonight. I got a new job, which I still can't say what I do as per employment contract. Um, but I've been busy, and Josie has her same schedule as always, but we're trying to work around her schedule too. We're gonna be doing last week's episode today, the Lilo and Stitch episode. Next week, or early next week, Monday I think we said, or Tuesday, we're going to do the episode that was scheduled for today on Beetlejuice. Then we will be doing the next episode after that on Thursday as scheduled. Possibly, actually, let me look at my phone. But we'll figure that out another time, and I'll tweet out what's going on to make sure everyone's on the same page with this. Um, but yeah, so I gotta look at
Send
my
out some
schedule.
mad tweets.
Yeah, I will use the tweeter in the right way. Um,
You're gonna twit so hard.
yep, tweet so hard. Let's see. I actually get set my schedule today, so let me see. Thursday. Yeah, we could do Thursday regular time. Cool. So let's get started this week. So in lieu of the news stories, and there's a lot to talk about, but we want to have it line up with what's actually happening. So we're gonna ignore a lot of it, and we're just gonna break it up into the next two episodes into the most important stories. So the DC about the new plans for the DC Extended Universe, the rumors about Daniel Radcliffe and other original cast members coming back for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child movie, all the new information about Star Wars and all that. That will be covering later in the week, partially because I haven't had time to compile the information yet, because I've been busy.
Ah,
But fortunately, I did the bare minimum. I went to Barnes & Noble today and picked up a bunch of magazines that we can talk about stuff from. Uh, the first one, Game Informer magazine.
that's not bad.
No, it's something. So we're not just talking about a movie.
Yeah.
And besides, we're on YouTube now. People don't usually go on YouTube for movie stuff. People go on for video games mostly. So we're gonna talk about video games today. Now, Game Informer magazine. If you're not familiar with this, if you've ever gone to GameStop and you got the Pro membership and there's that like big booklet that comes in the mail every month, that's Game Informer magazine. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it comes free with your Pro membership, which I ended up getting when the guy offered me 10% off on NHL 17 if I got the Pro membership. So I was like, why not? Which retrospectively was fine, not the best deal on the planet. Anyway,
well, the
it
people
opens
that
up.
lived here before us, they had that, so we
Mhm.
get it now.
Do you read it or no?
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
It
No,
looks
it's Game Informer.
so what's it called? So let's start out with
Although
the
the
first.
last episode that I got was the one that looks like that has Link on the front.
This one has Skyrim. I believe it's Skyrim.
And it's all gold and pretty. It's a
Either
beautiful
Skyrim.
cover. It's all gold and pretty. Oh,
It might actually be Destiny. I don't know. I don't play many video games that are new. But yeah,
what's
so
it
I
look
went
like?
in. What?
You suck. I said,
Well, yeah,
show it
but
to me.
hey, look, see, look, it's got like I think it's Skyrim maybe or Destiny.
I can't. You're not. You're only showing me like the tiniest piece of it.
Okay, well I can't really. I don't have your view up. I don't have like my view up. I only have the studio up. Anyway, it opens up with the as most magazines do. It's got the reader response, which I wasn't gonna address this. However, the first thing they bring up strikes me very close to home on this. Um, this is the first person who wrote in, and let's indulge Mr. Matthew Snell from Vancouver, Washington, and hear what he has to say. I darn near threw issue 279 away when I saw Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on the cover. That was a missed opportunity to put something people actually care about on the cover, not to mention the 12 pages wasted on the article. There's a large audience of people who lost interest in the series a long time ago, and an even larger audience who completely disliked the announcement. Is Infinity Ward that desperate to get their sales they have the game on your cover? First off, I don't think anyone goes. Let me go get Game Informer magazine. No offense to the people at Game Informer magazine, by the way, but it's one that I wouldn't have right now if I was told that there was an option besides digital or physical, and I could have said none. Like, let's be honest.
Huh.
So, cause like it's just I don't want to get this shit to
See,
my house. I don't need it. Like, but it worked out well today. So you know what? Whatever.
you don't like the magazine itself, or you just don't like having a magazine?
I don't mind having magazines. It's just I didn't like I had no interest in this magazine before it, and it's not something I would have gone out of my way to get. It's actually a subscription to. Like it just worked out that
No.
because I'm paying $15 anywhere and giving it to me for free. Like okay, I'll deal with it. Um, and then this one, I'm very disappointed in your warm reception of Infinite Warfare that it received in your cover story. Barely even touching on the intense backlash from fans in the franchise seems very biased and quite frankly selloutish. Instead of focusing on the background of characters and the setting of the game, I'm sure many others like myself would have rather read about the precautions Infinity Ward's taking when it comes to releasing what many are predicting to be the worst-selling Call of Duty game since Black Ops Declassified. And that comes via someone named Jacob. Now, so do you have any thoughts on Infinite Warfare and the Infinite Warfare remaster, which is going to include
Not
Modern
really. I've
Warfare?
never really gotten into Call of Duty.
Well, I played some Call of Duty.
But I did play the what beta just came out?
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield. Battlefield 1 beta came out. It's very, very cool.
Mhm.
The maps are beautiful. The guns are really neat looking. Like they're definitely what is it, World War One or World War Two? I think it's World War Two,
World
right?
War 1. No, World War 1.
World War One.
Yeah.
Okay. They're cool. But there aren't a lot that you get to play with because, it is beta. So I'm excited
Right.
to see what it looks like when it actually comes out. I will be purchasing it on both the console and the PC.
Now for me,
That
I played Call of Duty back in the day. I loved World at War. World at War I think is my favorite. Modern Warfare 2 was cool too because it was the first game. It's the first modern shooter to take place in America. And
Okay.
it's not the aesthetic, and it was very well detailed. Like in the world it created was very detailed. Like you can go into all the houses, and like they still had the news running on the houses in the houses. And it was really cool. Um, then I stopped buying Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 2. Because it was one of those games like you play the single. Like for me, I wasn't big on multiplayer, so I just kind of played the single player, and that was the end of it for me. So like I didn't get the big deal with Call of Duty. Like some people love it, but like I was like, yeah, whatever. Um, so, but this one is coming with Modern Warfare, the original remastered. If you buy the $70 edition, the $79.99 edition, which is why it's getting so much hype. And you know what? Every year it's a Call of Duty game. Um, now what this guy said, the response from the editor, is why I brought this up. Here's what the editor said in response to these two, and I'm assuming they got more than these two. But these two about the Infinite Warfare cover story. If there's one thing the response to our Infinite Warfare cover story proves, it's that some gamers cannot stand not being considered the target audience for a game, especially Call of Duty. If you're looking for historically grounded military shooters, Battlefield 1 should definitely pique your interest. But don't mistake your disinterest in Infinite
Yeah.
Warfare as a portent of doom for the series. Every fan that incessantly declares how much they hate Call of Duty on the web, there are millions who happily buy and play each installment without a deluge of complaints. They're the ones that Activision's catering to, not necessarily you. So that was why I did it, because that's I think one of the things the gaming community as a whole needs to understand is that not every time are you the target audience, and not every game has to cater to your like every like waking desire. Um,
So what you're
so
saying is they need to step back and look at it from the viewpoint of, just it's a cool game, or whether it's a good
exactly.
game or not whether it's something that you're interested in.
Well, because that's the thing. Like we review movies on this show a lot. We've reviewed a lot of movies so far, and not every movie we've watched we've liked in terms of the story or all that. But from a technical standpoint, the movie is good. Like I don't think we talked about the Revenant on this. I think we talked about the
Hmm.
Revenant on Beware of Spoilers. But the Revenant, where the movie is beautifully shot, and like there's a whole sequence in the beginning of the movie where there's just a tracking shot of a war going on between Americans and the Native Americans who were living in the area, and it's just all in one tracking shot. This thing's taken, and technically, from a standpoint of cinematography, it's a beautiful movie. And regardless if you like the story or not, you have to acknowledge that, which is what the video game industry needs to or at least the consumers of video games need to understand that there is some universal things that are good amongst all media form, amongst all of one kind of media form. And in terms of Call of Duty does have a very solid online multiplayer from what I've played. Like they do a pretty good job of balancing it out where you can have varied play styles and not worry about having someone else like everyone doing the same thing. Am I right? Or
Yes.
okay. So now we're
Wait,
talking about.
were you talking about Call of Duty? Because I don't really know.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never, like I said, I never played.
Right. Um. So now we're talking about the NX.
But I
Now,
enjoy a game where you get to do whatever you want and be whatever kind of player you want to be.
I've always liked open world games over anything else. Like what's it called? I loved Mercenaries too. That
Like,
game's really fun. Fallout. I liked Fallout 3. I have that on my computer. Um, like the big open environment, like GTA 5. I love GTA 5.
speaking of Fallout, did you get Fallout 4? I can't remember.
My brother has it. I haven't gotten to play it yet.
Okay. Well, the new DLC came out for Nuka World, and it's very cool. It has many things that hint towards it being like Disney, which is also cool. But
Hmm.
like Disney World and stuff, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
know that
gonna.
some people are saying that there's not a lot to it. That all this DLC um is another way for another kind of thing for you to be like to just be a raider. But it's got a lot of different stuff going on in it. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I haven't really played much of Fallout 4 yet. I mean, I've seen my brother play it, and it seems like something really fun to play, especially considering how deep it
It's
looks
awesome.
like the level up system is with the attributes. Like that's my kind. Like I love RPGs with that kind of thing, where you have that depth to how you play the game, and you can customize it to exactly your style. So I am eventually gonna play it. I just haven't had the time. I've been playing No Man's Sky, and I got bored of that. So
It it is awesome. Although from what I've heard, it's nothing like Fallout 3 in the sense of um, building your character is immensely important because if you don't build them well enough, then you end up fucked. Like you can't have a balanced player to begin with. You have to choose one to go one way or the other.
perfect. That's my kind of game. Um, Now we're gonna talk about Nintendo for a little bit because that's the next thing I want to touch on from this magazine. They're talking about the NX, which is Nintendo's new console. I think we covered E3 a little bit, and we talked about how Nintendo showed up with their pet project, Legend of Zelda: Breath of
What
the Wild.
is what is NX supposed to be?
Now the NX is now
Sorry.
as you may know, the Wii U has not exactly done tremendously well in terms of sales. It's kind of underperformed
Yes.
on the cusp of being considered a bomb altogether. Now what Nintendo's doing is they're going to release a new console next year called the NX, which is the next generation Nintendo console, which is going to have third-party support and a bunch of other stuff, as well as contradictory and what's it called, leaked features that no one can actually make heads or tails of what's real. Most recent one that came out earlier today was that it was going to have cartridge support, not disc. Like they're going back to the N64 days of cartridges instead of having CDs as
Oh,
their method, which has its upside and
are they
downside.
doing? Do you think that they're doing that more for the what am I trying to say, like reminiscent effect of it, or?
No, I think the reason why, from a technical standpoint, using a cartridge is beneficial because of faster load times. You can load faster off a cartridge than you can off a disc. So, like, I think the way I saw it explained online was when you install GTA 5, you have to install one CD of just the map and all that stuff. You have to install that onto your console. With a cartridge, you might not need to do that because of
Or
how
you can
readily.
be like a normal person and just buy it on your console.
I don't like buying games on my because first of all, Nintendo gave a 32 gigabyte hard drive for the Wii U that you
Hey,
can't.
guess what?
What?
Guess what? Guess what? Overwatch has a new map.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that. I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
they were
that either.
coming out with one.
I didn't
I
know that
didn't
either.
know that until I just came up onto it, and I was like, I don't know this map. Holy shit! Awesome! Like a big old weirdo.
um.
Get out of my way.
So the what's it called? So the now at this point, the Nintendo has kind of given up on the Wii U, and the NX is coming next March. We know nothing about it, including its real name, because it's not going to be called the Nintendo NX. It's going to be called something else. It's just a code name in production. So hopefully they get away from the Wii branding because that's what hurt the Wii U. Was at launch they released the Wii Mini and the Wii U at the same time. Now the Wii Mini was just a mini version of a Wii, as the name suggests, and was not able to play Wii U games. On top of that, it couldn't play GameCube games, it couldn't get online, and it could only play physical Wii games. And that's it. So people
Hmm.
would buy that for their kids for Christmas, not knowing the difference. So they squandered a November release, November of 2012. Um, Now they're going to be releasing the NX next year. So what the magazine asked was, what feature would the NX have to have for you to instantly buy it? And do you have an
They
answer to
thought
that?
of cartridges.
Well,
They were like, that'll get the kids. They're
well,
not even gonna know
cartridges
what the fuck this shit is.
cartridges are not inherently a bad idea. It's just a weird idea in this at this time. Like
It is very strange.
that's
It's
all it
just kind
is.
of funny because so many kids right now don't even know what a cartridge is.
Right.
Like, except they're gonna go, oh, is that kind of like the little games you put in the DS?
Yeah.
That's about the closest that the new kids like know to a
You just made
cartridge.
yourself
That's about it.
sound like you were a lot older than 22. Like I just want to make sure you're aware of that.
Don't tell my age. That's rude.
Oh,
You shouldn't do that.
it's not like I'm like, you made
I'm a
yourself sound like
girl.
you're 40. Like,
I might be.
no, you're not.
I'm 40 at heart.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay. We're all, me, you, and Peter are all elderly at heart. Like, I check the Weather Channel on a daily basis. Like, so yeah. So moving on to
Nothing wrong with the Weather Channel.
what? No,
There's
he sounds
nothing
like a
wrong with the
90-year-old
Weather
man with
Channel.
that. So the NX. One person had an answer that I agree with on this, and it's there's no hardware features that can get me to buy an NX. It's all about the software. Which is also true, because if you look at the Wii U's library, there wasn't much software that came out that made it worth buying a Wii U. Like Mario Kart, that's what my Wii U became. It's a $250 Mario Kart and Smash Brothers machine that I don't even play that often.
Yes.
And it was it wasn't exactly worth it. Anyway, now that I've choked on water, um, this next article is about full disclosure about YouTube sponsors, companies sponsoring YouTubers to make their points. Stop laughing at me for choking. It's not funny.
I wasn't.
Um,
Promise.
so this one's talking about obviously how YouTubers have been sponsored by companies to show their game in a favorable light, and why this is bad. For the record, we do not get paid for this podcast. We've been trying to, and we will gladly suck the dick of any corporation that wants us to, if they, what's it
I
called?
won't be. I mean, I'd like to watch you suck a dick.
Okay, I mean the metaphorical.
That'd be funny.
I mean the metaphorical dick, not the real dick. Like, we will say whatever they want. Like, we will sell out so fast. I think we've addressed this before. Like, we will be the biggest sellouts on the planet if you want us to promote your product. Like, but whatever.
No.
But we're
That's
not afraid.
How you get fans.
No, but it's how you get money. But so they're talking about
we
how
don't do it for the money, right? Obviously, I mean, if we did it for the money, we wouldn't be doing it.
That's a fair point. That's true. So now the last time there was an ethics in video game journalism issue, it was back in a few years back. You've probably heard of it. They actually did an episode of SVU about it called Gamergate, and the situation was, I don't know what the exact situation was, but a woman game developer made a really bad game, but it got stellar reviews because, and I don't know if this is true or not. The allegation was that she slept around to get the good reviews on her game. Now, regardless of what happened with that, things got out of hand very quickly, and death threats were thrown around and stuff like that. So now, ethics in gaming journalism, I don't have a problem with people taking money to give reviews. Do you have a problem with that?
As long as they're giving an honest review.
Because here's the
thing. I don't think that it's fair to. I don't think it's fair to tell you use your position as a celebrity, or because YouTube people can be celebrities. I know that there are some that I think are awesome, so to use that status to influence people into getting a shitty ass game,
which is kind of what happened with No Man's Sky. But like the issue with this,
yes, but that was not. Was that from shitty promoting, or was that just?
No, that was from the creator of the game outright lying about what the game had in it.
Okay.
We're gonna cover. We might do an episode right after this of Beware of Spoilers about No Man's Sky, so we'll go more in depth about that. But I am very pissed off.
There are no spoilers anymore. Everybody knows about how shitty it is.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna do it in the Beware of Spoilers.
Like, it was a really, really cool concept, but
it was a cool concept, cool tech demos, cool trailers, and then the game just is worth $65.
It's not good enough. There's not enough.
Like
it's not. There's not enough to it.
If you've played the game for 2 hours, you've played the entire game. Like, that's it. It's like it's Minecraft without the depth that Minecraft has.
Yeah, like, it would be really cool if they made it so, like, the closer you got to the center, maybe there were bigger cities and stuff, But no, it's just the planets are different, and they hold maybe some cooler items. That's it.
I've encountered every item in the game so far, and I have gotten through 5 planets. I looked it up to see what items there were in the game.
Really?
And by the way,
I don't know. I went to 3 little, what am I trying to say? Like, universes or whatever?
Oh, okay.
Systems, thank you. And they only had, 3 planets in each of them, and all the fucking animals that I found were yellow. They were fucking yellow.
Yeah, there's no
super
variation.
Fucking boring. I wanted some really cool looking animals. Yeah, they were cool, but then they all ended up pretty much looking the same, which was really fucking weird.
Like every planet I went to looked the same, just slightly different colors. And the mountains were in different places. Like
Yes.
that's the only thing. Like, why did I bother
Yep.
paying?
And
If you
yeah. And
if
then maybe the animal that you encounter on this one has got 3 tentacles instead of 2.
and I paid $60 for what feels like if you go on. Have you ever? Okay, so you know what the Steam you know how the Steam sale works, right? And they have those trading cards for the Steam sale.
Yeah.
If you go through the discovery queue on it, they give you a trading card for free. Which then I never do the badges. I always sell them to stupid people who do the badges, and make
Me
some money
too.
on it. So I go
Like
through.
all of 15 cents.
Yeah, but you know what? That's if you sell enough of them, I got a free
That's
game.
15 cents that you can put towards getting a game, like an
No, no,
indie
no. I
game
got a free game
eventually.
out of it once. Like I got a free game out of it because I got enough from selling those stupid trading cards that I was able to get an 87-cent game. Not that it was the best game on the planet, mind you, but it was an 87-cent game that I didn't have to pay
That's what I
for.
said, a little indie game.
Exactly. Okay, I didn't hear you that. Okay. Anyway,
That's what and then you were like, no, I got a real free game.
when you go through the
Anywho.
when you go through the discovery queue, you'll notice that like everything there's a lot of like Minecraft simulators that are like in space and stuff like that. That's what this game feels like. A early access game that wasn't completed. It's like version 1.0 and there's like here, if you give us $10, you can try it out. Like that's what this game feels like. And it feels like it seems like it's something that should be coming in the future, but they're not going to do DLC allegedly. But granted, he's lied about everything else. So like, who's to say that they aren't going to do DLC? Like
Yeah.
the biggest offender
So
with
wait, they
that,
did say that they aren't going to do DLC.
they said they
See, that was the
weren't.
only thing that kept me. That was the only thing that kept me around to thinking, okay, maybe it'll get better, because it is a very cool concept. It's just not finished,
Yeah,
you know?
and it's like if you go into like then the issue is like you have to hold so much stuff in your inventory mandatory that you have no room to explore. But then the other thing is why am I bothering to explore because there's nothing to get. It's not like you can find items that have any real significance. Like there's no quest to this game besides get to the center of the galaxy. But they don't even make the quest to the center of the galaxy interesting. And that's the biggest problem with this stupid game that I paid $65 for. Like, I feel cheated a little bit. Like, don't you?
Yes, definitely.
Like, how much would you think would have been a fair price for this game?
$10. Because I know that
I'd
they put a lot of programming into it to make it so elaborate, but, and
I'd say
you
15
know,
at
you have
most.
to do hats off to that, but
Like, I would say 15 at most because by the way, the procedural generation isn't actually that. It's they wipe the servers every once in a while.
is that what it is?
So so you'll discover everything, and you'll discover what people have discovered. But then if you go back, you won't necessarily find that someone else has already discovered it. It'll be wiped from the server, and it just resets it.
Huh.
So it's
That's
kind of
shitty.
like procedural generation, but not really. Um, I'll skip that one because I don't really want to talk about kids. Now they
Who
have what?
does?
Yeah. So I have the upcoming release slate. We can talk about that a little bit.
They're
Maybe
awful.
you've heard some of these games and have an opinion on them. Uh,
Okay.
Tohu what? Tohu
Jesus Christ, just keep going. All I said was okay. God.
Tohu Gensu Rondo Bullet Ballet
If it was important, I would have kept fucking talking.
for the PS4. Have you heard of that? Probably not. You don't have a PS4. XCOM 2 for PS4 and Xbox One. It's already been on PC for a while. I haven't played either of the XCOM games. I want to, but yeah. That comes out. Those both come out on September 6th. September 13th. Bioshock the Collection for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Well, that'll be
Now,
cool.
yeah, I might get that. I haven't played any of the Bioshock games. NASCAR Heat Evolution for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. or as most people call it, the turn left simulator. Um, NHL 17 for PS4 and Xbox One. I love the NHL games. I always get them every year.
Yeah, I know
Uh,
you do. I
what
I feel like once you've gotten them all though. I used to
every
like
year that
FIFA.
I like what's it called? I like doing franchise modes because I like taking a team that's really, really shitty and making them really good. Like last year when I played Madden, I did it with the Panthers. This year I'm doing it with the Browns. So my first act as owner of the team, I cut RG3 and signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. So that was that's
Hmm.
already off to a good start. Um, and they've completely redone the game, and it feels a lot better than 2016 did for Madden. Um, Psychopaths Mandatory Happiness for PS4 and PlayStation Vita. That's that game from E3 that
Okay.
I thought looked pretty cool. Um, then there is Recore for Xbox One and
That
PC.
one game from E3 that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, very descriptive on my
Sorry.
part.
Yes, that one game from E3 that looked cool.
Well, what happened was they put it in the middle of a
There weren't
sizzle
enough
reel.
or like
What? They put it in the middle of a sizzle
saying,
reel for
oh,
indie games on the PlayStation, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't quite catch the name of it. I'm assuming that's it, because it seems like the name. Um, then there is the Tokyo Game Show on September 15th, where we're gonna get new Kingdom Hearts information. Hopefully, I'm getting sick and fucking tired of waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. I've been waiting for 10 fucking years. They better release something. Um, Then new release on the 16th, they have Dragon Quest VII: Fragments of the Forgotten Past for the 3DS. Then the 20th, new releases are Air Conflict Double Pack for the PS4, Criminal Girls 2 Party Favors for the Vita. That sounds like something very, very creepy. And it sounds like it's one of those dating simulators. Destiny Rise of Iron expansion for PS4 and Xbox One, and NBA 2K17 for PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Um, then the 27th, Forza Horizon 3 for Xbox One and PC. That actually looks pretty interesting, or at least fun to play. I saw the trailer for it at E3. Um, Shantae Half Genie Hero for PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. And then Sonic Boom, they made a sequel to this stupid fucking game for the 3DS. Um, Sonic Boom was the glitchy half breed of a game that came out for the Wii U a few years back that was abysmal, like most Sonic games. Um, have you played Sonic recently?
oh really?
Yeah. Have you played
No,
Sonic
the last
recently?
Sonic game I played was only ever on PC.
Which one was that?
It was very long time ago. I think I was like 6,
I don't think there was
so
any
maybe
Sonic.
2000.
I don't think there was any Sonic game that was PC exclusive.
And if it was very old. And if it was on something, it was on a console before the GameCube.
Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, any one of those. Because Sonic Adventure and
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2 both came out for the Dreamcast. Sonic's 1 through and Knuckles and a few of the spin-offs came out for the Genesis, and CD came out for the Genesis disc drive, CD drive. Um, then
Oh, so if it helps, it was 3D. Like it wasn't side scrolling. It
was it
was I
like
think
a
the
full
one
three?
game that they did like that.
Was it a full 3D game or was it
Yeah,
like
full
top down?
3D.
Was it top down 3D?
Top down 3D.
Sonic 3D Blast. Boom, got it. That game was okay.
Well, no, I don't think so because it
Did you
wasn't
have to
actually
rescue bird?
3D.
Did you have to rescue birds from like in the robot and put them through a ring?
Yes.
That was Sonic 3D
Yes.
Blast. That was Sonic 3D Blast.
Oh,
That was
okay.
for I don't remember, but I had it on a GameCube collection of Sonic games from back in the day. But yeah, there were a few Sonic games that were pretty cool. What's it called? I like Sonic 2. That's a good one. Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Generations. Those are the good ones, and the rest can all go to hell. Um, then what's it called? New releases on the 30th. Final Fantasy 15, which I think was delayed to November, and Yokai Watch 2 for the 3DS. Because Yokai Watch was so well received, they needed to make a sequel. Um, and then there's a few more things in this that we can quickly touch on. Ukulele. You played Banjo Kazooie, right?
What?
You've played Banjo Kazooie,
I've
right? The
never
game
played the
Banjo.
banjo.
What?
No.
Okay.
But you
Well,
were asking me if I knew how to play the banjo, and I was like, no. What does that
no.
have to do with video games?
No. Banjo Kazooie was a game back from 1998, which was it was a platformer. It was in the style or very similar to Super Mario 64, where you had to go to different worlds, collect all the stuff, and do that kind of stuff. They're making a spiritual successor to it for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U, PC, and Macs, coming out in 2017, called Ukulele, with a chameleon and a bat. And it's a very similar game, and it actually looks really cool. Like, I love platformers, so that'll be fun. Um, then there is a open world extreme sports snow game. Has that got your interest? Because it certainly has mine.
No.
So it's like you get to dive down a mountain in a flying squirrel suit, snowboard down an alpine, that kind of stuff. It comes out in December. It's called Steep. I'm definitely gonna get that. Um, Rock Band 4 is getting an expansion, a major expansion for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One called Rock Band 4 Rivals, which is going to have Rock You Drama mode, which seems really cool. Where it's you do a VH1 behind the music style documentary with a band and you play through. Um, and then Rivals lets you join with other players and earn goal and do goals and stuff like that with them. It does have new songs in the pack. Do you want to hear some of these new songs?
Sure.
They list out a
This is
few of
a
them.
rock band?
It's a
Okay.
DLC for Rock Band 4.
Ah. I haven't gotten into rock band, I guess.
I love Rock Band. I think it's my favorite music game. If there's a
I could
large subset
seriously
of
have
those.
like 4 more Red Bulls right now. I love
Um,
Red Bull.
so these are some of the songs they have on there. Let's see. Farrell, Happy, Semisonic Closing Time, Sia Chandelier, Bring Me the Horizon, Happy Song, Capital City, Safe and Sound, Eagle Eye Cherry, Save Tonight. That's actually not a bad song. I like that one. Um, the Neighborhood Sweater Weather, Skillet, Feel Invincible, and Weezer, King of the World. So that's gonna be another
Huh.
fun. Actually, I'm
I
gonna
can't
get
even
that.
think of what Weezer King of the World is. The only thing that I can think of is uh the swim through your veins like a fish thing.
Um,
That one.
Mr. Brightside. No, that's not Mr. Brightside. That's a different song by Weezer. My Name is Jonas is another song by Weezer. Um, Now, this isn't the Let's List Off Songs by Weezer podcast. Let's go on to this. They also reviewed a few new games. I'm just gonna list them off and say what they said about them. Abzu for PS4 and PC. The concept is you explore an underwater world and uncover surprises and beautiful moments within, with beautiful graphics. This game got an 8. I might try it out as a demo. The next one got a 7.5. Headlander. It's take control of a floating head and a variety of robot bodies to navigate a labyrinth of environments and solve the mystery of your existence. So that game sounds pretty. If you want to jump in on any of these concepts and what you think of them, you can.
No, there's nothing that I like recognize right now. Sorry.
I Am Setsuna 7.5 for the PS4 and PC. Tap into fans' fond memories of an old school RPG inspired by classics like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy. Song of the Deep, but got a 7. Explore a vast kingdom beneath the sea in a rickety yet powerful submarine. Umbrella Corps got a 5. Now we're getting. Uh, a tactical fast-paced multiplayer shooter in the style of set in the Resident Evil universe. So, get ready for that. 8.5 for this next game. An ambitious adaptation that goes beyond the film's story to reveal new secrets and corners of the Star Wars universe. The game, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Dead by Daylight. I love the Lego games. They're always so entertaining.
I have to say that I do love the Lego games, but this recent Lego game that just came out, I don't know what the name of it is. What was it called? Do you know?
It going backward in time, it was Lego
A New Hope or something? I don't know.
The Force Awakens.
I don't think it's
Yeah, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens.
backward.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens was most recent, then Lego Avengers, then Lego Jurassic Park, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham.
Okay, so the new Star Wars Lego that came out was not nearly as good as ones in the past. This one was sorely lacking in content.
I love the original Lego Star Wars game. Like, it makes me oddly nostalgic for the prequel trilogy, and I, never thought that would happen. This is a horror game, this next one. Dead by Daylight. It's a PC game. 8.25. Asymmetrical multiplayer, in which up to 4 victims must escape from one of 3 disfigured killers. So I
absolutely love horror games. I really do.
I haven't really played horror games. That's not really my cup of tea. I mean, the biggest survival horror game that I play is Minecraft. I don't think that counts by most people's definition of survival horror, but
nope.
It technically is a survival horror game. I'm 98% sure of it. Just like how Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie. And Disney backed me up on that one, so haha. This next one's called Grand Kingdom for PS4 and PS Vita. Assemble a group of mercenaries on a continent on the brink of downfall, choosing a nation within it to support and shape the future. Cool. And last, oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot more. Okay, there's 2 more after this. Box Boy. If you look at the picture, I'm gonna show Josie it. You see the picture up here? You see the picture?
It looks like boxes, for sure.
Yes, it's a box game. It looks like if you ever played on addictinggames.com, one of those 2D games, that's what it looks like. But this time, you can pay for it. It's for the 3DS.
Ooh.
Continue Quibi's adventures by letting him produce a second set of boxes for a slightly different approach to problem solving. 3DS indie games are not the best. That's just a given. Also for the 3DS, Rhythm Heaven Megamix got an 8.5, and it's another rhythm minigame. If you've played any of the other Rhythm Heaven games, you'll like this. Game of the month this month for the 3DS, Monster Hunter Generations. Which
You're saying it's a rhythm-based game?
Yeah.
So kind of like Crypt of the Necromancer.
It's like what's it called?
So like the only way your guy can move is if you hit it on the downbeat.
No.
If you make him move on the downbeat, like otherwise he doesn't go anywhere.
No. It's just like you gotta tap the screen in the right interval, and it's kind of like Dance Dance Revolution with a touch screen instead of a thing you put your feet on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's like all those rhythm games are kind of
bit
fun. You should
more
really get a
like
3DS.
I don't want a 3DS.
Why? They're so fun.
Because I wouldn't use it.
Then Monster Hunter
Although I
Generations.
might use it at work, but I've been getting. I would rather read, I guess. I know, what a weirdo, huh?
I read. Okay, Monster Hunter Generations. Challenge a massive roster of giant boss monsters in a variety of environments while upgrading your weapons, armor, and skills. And I got an 8.75. It's also the game of the month. Let's see. Other major titles I put ratings for. Dark Souls 3 got a 9.25.
Do you hear my dog?
No.
No, she was
No, I don't.
growling like 'cause she's playing all by herself. She's funny.
Now the Minecraft story mode games keep getting really good reviews, so take these with a grain of salt based on that. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna step out of Game Informer magazine and into Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Do you want to intro the movie because you picked it?
How exactly should I intro it? I never know like what you guys want from me when you tell me to intro it.
Talk about the movie. Talk about what you like from the movie.
I mean, everybody fucking knows what Lilo and Stitch is about. Okay,
Okay, that was rude.
Lilo and Stitch is amazing. Truly amazing. It's one of those ones where, like, oh gosh, it has so many deeper meanings rather than the story that's going on, and you don't even realize them until you, like, start reading other things that people have said, and you're like, holy shit, wow, Nani's amazing, you know, because she puts up with, not puts up with, that's a terrible way to put it. She knows exactly how to deal with her sister and take care of her who has obvious mental disabilities. But still, it's very cool and very touching. What do you think?
Now I just saw.
It's one of my favorites.
I just saw this movie for the first time today.
It makes me so happy.
I guess I was
Really?
for the for the first time in its entirety. Okay, let me tell you a story about my history with this franchise of movies that Disney has laid out. That is not Finding Nemo, Lilo and Stitch.
Are you talking about like Pixar? Pixar?
No. With Lilo
or
and
are
Stitch.
you just talking about
with why I haven't seen it until earlier today? So we got it for Christmas one year on DVD,
Lilo
and then we
and
opened it.
Stitch? It's amazing.
We opened the DVD and went to watch it, and the DVD was damaged.
Oh gosh.
And because of that,
Your
I
life
never watched it
sucks.
until I bought it on DVD
I mean, I
and
hope.
watched it today. What?
Well, it's very good. What did you think of it for being an adult that has never seen it before and has no previous bias to it?
I think it's definitely one of the stronger Disney movies. It definitely is the end of that the Disney Renaissance, as it's called, of the 90s into the 2000s. It's definitely the last good one. The movie does a very good job of not dating itself in any way. Like, and all the Disney movies do a good job of that. Where they're not dated, even in the animation. Like, this is the first real example of a mixed 2D, 3D animation, and it looks really good.
2D, 3D? What do you mean?
Like,
how is it mixed?
It's done in 2D, but there are sequences where, like, where there's depth to the scene. Like in space, when he goes into hyperspace and he knocks the other spaceship away, or like when they're flying around and over Hawaii and they go between the mountains, like that kind of thing. Like those sequences look really good, and then it's just traditionally animated 2D or computer animated 3D, but still.
Okay.
The movie doesn't date itself until the very end. For me on the DVD, during the credits, they showed the band performing the cover of Can't Help Falling in Love with You. They showed the music video for that, and it was very much a late 90s boy band. Like, with the frosted tips and all that. That's where the movie dates itself a little bit. I like all the characters.
Okay.
There are some Disney movies where not every character is likable. Or characters not to be likable, but not well written. Every character in this is well rounded out. Then there's the what's it called? The only thing that I would point out with this movie that's a little bit of an issue for me is they don't quite develop Jumba and Pleakley enough. To the point where when they at the end of the movie,
I mean, what do they?
Well, they have a change of heart, but they don't really explain why they had a change of heart.
Well, not throughout the entire movie. They never really show that they're bad guys. You know, they're supposed to be the bad guys, but they're not. Like, it's so clearly the weird shark-looking guy that's the bad guy.
Right, but the thing is, they
You
go
know.
like, what's it called? They don't exactly show that like why there's a like. He has a very clear motivation for wanting to catch Stitch, and he wants to be able to go back and be freed from prison. But then, like after he chases Stitch through the house and almost kills both Lilo and Stitch, um, then he kind of gets like, okay, I'm with you guys now. Like
Well,
there
that's
what
because they explain that
did they?
they have no way of getting back. They don't have a ship,
Mm.
and he figures, okay, well, if I'm left here, nobody's going to be watching my work, so I can do whatever the fuck I want.
True.
Which they do kind of show in the I don't know if you ever watched the Lilo and Stitch TV show where
I
they
did,
like had to
yeah.
go and catch all the experiments.
Hmm.
Yeah, they show that and they show it in that where like he's got his own little lab and nobody's bugging him because nobody cares because it's Earth and nobody gives a shit about Earth.
I love the yellow guy in the TV show who's just as strong as Stitch,
Yes,
but
we're
he
like
just
his.
doesn't care.
Yes, he's the only thing that he wants are
Sandwiches.
sandwiches.
Yep. And
That
then
sounds like me. That is my life. All I want are sandwiches.
um now if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan like me, this movie is not where they loosely adapt this movie into Kingdom Hearts. There's one big difference between the movie and the what's it called? The movie and the game adaptation.
There's things in. Wait a minute. There's things in Kingdom Hearts having to do with.
Lilo and Stitch.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, Stitch appears as a summon. Like if you've played Final Fantasy before, right? Or any of the Final Fantasy games?
No.
Okay. In Final Fantasy, they have a summon system where you can summon another bigger thing to make you deliver more damage to the enemy.
Okay.
In the Kingdom Hearts games, all the summons are Disney characters. So like in the first one, you have Dumbo, you have
Oh.
Bambi, you have Simba,
Oh
Mushu.
my God. And Bambi just goes around and wrecks. That's
No.
hilarious.
Bambi's a support. He's a support type where he runs around and he just makes like MP orbs and HP orbs jump up from the ground that you can collect up. It's really a way to like, heal
Oh.
yourself. Um, no, but Dumbo wrecks. Dumbo wrecks shit. Then in Kingdom Hearts 2, they had only 4 summons, and it was Peter Pan, Chicken Little from Chicken Little. Um, what were the other 2? The Genie from Aladdin, and the Genie from Aladdin's a fucking tank in Kingdom Hearts 2. And
Probably Rex.
yeah, he's like Mushu in Kingdom Hearts 1. And the last one is Stitch.
I love Mushu.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Stitch
Have you
is-
ever been on the Stitch ride in? Have you ever been on the Stitch ride in Disney?
No, I haven't been to Disney in a long time.
Disneyland?
I was in Disneyland for you.
Oh, it's really weird. Like it's one of those 3D sensing ones or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And
So, do I continue the sentence?
sorry, I was and it's funky and like you get shot right. Sorry. What am I trying to say? Bumped around and stuff.
Jostled.
And then like things jostled, thank you, that's a good word. And then like things breathe on you and stuff, like from your seat. It's cute. I remember it. It's cute.
4D.
If I can remember it, I think that's good enough.
Yeah. And then Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep had you go and do the beginning of the story up until he leaves for Hawaii of Lilo and Stitch. And there's a major difference, and it's Experiment 221 makes an appearance. You remember Experiment 221? Sparky
That's
from
the one with the
movie?
sandwiches?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's Sparky, the first alternate experiment they meet. He was in the
Oh,
movie
okay.
that spawned the TV show. Not Lilo and Stitch 2, not Leroy and Stitch. I forgot what the name of the movie was, where they have to start rounding up the experiments. Um, but yeah, so that was the main difference. I was looking forward to seeing the electric guy, but he wasn't in this movie. So I was a little disappointed about that. But that's not the movie's fault, that's my fault. Anyway, how would you rate this movie?
Oh, 10 out of 10. Like, there's no flaws in it. It's beautiful and wonderful, and it has so many happy things about it, and, like, oh, teaches so many great lessons, and I just love it. Love it all around.
I would
Sorry.
say
That's probably not what I'm supposed to say, but
no, you can say that. I would say 9.5 though, only because movies tend to have a predictable arc, and this one follows it almost exactly. Where it's like there's the high point, there's like the beginning where the adventure starts, then there's the low point, and then everything happens at the end. But they spend too much time on the low point in this
well, yeah, I
movie.
mean, like, it's not supposed to be, um, you know, a new thing or like a new way a movie's done or whatever. It's a Disney movie. It's all about like family or Ohana and you know, I think it's a hey, do you notice how Nani is fucking awesome?
Yeah,
Where like Lilo's crazy and she wants to do all this shit and
Lilo is 3 years old,
Nani's like, no,
so
no, no. I know. But like Nani only loses her temper once, and that's because she's worried that she's gonna get taken away from her.
mhm.
Get your duck out of my face.
I got a Lego minifigure of Daffy Duck that I put directly in front of the camera.
No,
Yes.
he put his duck in my face.
What does that even mean?
it
If you said
just
dick,
sounds like it just sounds like dick, so it's
oh,
funny.
okay,
Get your duck out of my face. Get it?
okay, yes,
That's all.
I get,
That's
yeah,
all.
I get the joke. I
Are
mean,
you
I thought jokes were
confused?
supposed to be funny, but okay.
Do you need me to like explain? Oh, you. It was funny. You smiled. You got it. Don't be a dick.
I
Don't
have a
be a
plus one
duck.
too. Okay. Um. So I did have more magazines, but we're getting close to our hour. So do you want to talk about new shit we've bought in the last few weeks?
New shit we fought?
We've
I haven't fought anything.
bought, like with money.
Well,
Oh,
I bought clothes. I don't buy a lot of stuff.
oh, I do. I bought like
I don't have
$150
a
worth of
lot of
clothes at
money.
Walmart. I bought like $150 worth of clothes at Walmart. Like mostly just
$150 worth of clothes
yeah.
at Walmart?
Yep.
What the fuck were you buying
I bought
at Walmart for that much? It
five
isn't
pairs
an
of pants.
electronic.
5 pairs of pants for $20 each. Um, one belt,
What kind of pants?
like work
Like
pants.
Wranglers?
Yes, some. Some were Dickies. Uh, some were just like
Oh.
black khakis.
I
Um,
was like, what kind of fucking Wranglers are you buying? Were they that freaking expensive?
then I got like a belt. I got like 3 new T-shirts. Like $150 will get you a lot at Walmart. But no, I think I've said it
Yeah.
before. If you're looking for cool shit, go to a thrift store. Cause like I found a lot of cool shit in another thrift store by me. Like I have the bag right here. I never took it out of the bag. But I wanted to show you this. I think you'll enjoy this. I got for $5 the last Matrix movie,
Ooh.
the
I finally watched
Animatrix.
The Matrix for the first time
What?
the other day. So I finally watched The Matrix for the first time the other day.
It's a good movie.
Um,
The first one.
yeah. You know what else I bought?
What?
I got Chipotle the other day. It was awesome.
I had a 7-Eleven
That was pretty cool. That's like the
sandwich this morning.
highlight of my week.
I had a 7-Eleven
There's
sandwich
nothing
this
wrong
morning.
with 7-Eleven.
Nope. I
I
got
love
chicken
7-Eleven
sandwich.
food.
I also got the Animatrix, and I got the NES baseball game, like at the thrift store. Like, look at that shit. Like,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Lame.
wow.
Sorry.
I got a thrift
I mean,
store.
there's much better games that you could get.
Not at a thrift
Like,
store.
you pick the worst of the worst.
No, I picked the best they had for the NES. Because like, I was at a thrift store, not like J Street. Like, if I was at J Street, I heard a baseball, you'd be like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? But, like, baseball. What's wrong with baseball? It's an American institution.
I don't like baseball. Don't do this. You'll never get me to, like,
There we
admit
go.
anything about baseball except for that it sucks and I don't like it.
Wow. Someone who grew up so close to
Sorry.
Boston. And you renounce your heritage
You
like
know
that.
what? Until about I was 12, I totally thought the Green Monster was just some guy dressed up as a green monster who just walked around there. And or it was some statue of a weird green monster, and I was like, why the fuck do they have that there? Okay. So yeah. Then when I finally went and saw it for the first time, I saw how truly wrong I was. So yeah. It was much lamer than I thought.
Some things are better kept to yourself.
Why? What's wrong with that?
You grew up near Boston. Like, I'm from New York.
So I never got into baseball. I never got into baseball, ever.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, that's true. The Red Sox did suck until, like, 2004.
I always was in soccer.
I can't watch soccer unless, like, Olympic soccer or, like, World Cup soccer.
I love watching soccer. I
love
can't watch
watching
it on
hockey.
TV, but I can watch anyone play in person. Love it.
I watch hockey,
Absolutely
no matter
love
who's
it.
playing. I watch baseball no matter who's playing. I watch football
Love
no matter
hockey.
who's playing.
Don't like baseball. Love hockey. Love soccer. Anything else sucks.
Football?
I like football.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything else.
I was gonna
I mostly
say,
just meant
these bold proclamations of you are gonna get you put onto, like, the ISIS watch list. Like, not liking baseball and not liking football? Like, what the fuck?
I know I love football.
In full disclosure, though, I did cheer on the Iraqi team in the Olympics to beat Brazil because it would the shitstorm that would have ensued in Brazil if the men's soccer team got knocked out in the pre-medal round would have been hilarious. So I was 100% pulling for Iraq.
Yes. People probably would have died, though.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Like, I was 100% pulling for Iraq in that game, though. Like, I was surprised they did so well, but I mean, I think it's fair because they're used to playing the game with a severed head instead of a
How did they do?
Soccer
what
ball.
Happened?
They tied 0-0 with Brazil, and my joke just completely did not land there. But yeah, Brazil did awful in the pre-medal round, and somehow they pulled it out of their ass and won the gold. Like, Brazil had easily the worst fans at the Olympics in a very long time. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, did you see anything of what happened there? Like, notwithstanding Lochtey's assholery, but like, him going, like, the Brazilian fans, like, booing constantly over the French guy. And then to the point where a French guy cried as he was, as he got the silver medal, he cried on the podium. And, like, in men's gymnastics, Brazil got the silver and...
disowned him.
What?
But it's probably because his father disowned him.
It was France. Like, they don't have that problem in France.
So?
But, like, what's it called? I was watching men's gymnastics, and, the Brazilians got, silver and bronze, and the British guy got gold. And they didn't let the British guy have his moment, where when you win the gold medal, You are entitled to a moment where you go up and you wave your country's flag in front of everyone. Like, when you get the gold medal,
And
you
how did
deserve it.
they take that away from him?
They ran around the arena screaming, waving their flags. The two
Who
Brazilian
did?
guys. The two Brazilian guys who got silver and bronze.
Really?
Yeah,
That's shitty.
that really is shitty. Like,
And that is wicked shitty.
and the thing is, like, and look at the American assholes who said they got robbed. Like, you guys have enough problems going on in your country that the Americans making up they got robbed was the least of it. How about the fact that it was plausible that it happened?
No, I think that I don't see anything wrong with the Americans saying that they got robbed. That's just oh, it's okay, get them next year. You know.
No. Ryan Lochte said he literally got robbed at gunpoint.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't hear about things.
So, Ryan Lochte was at the Olympics, as you do when you're a world-class swimmer. Like an asshole, he bleached his hair, not knowing that chlorine turns white bleached hair green when you swim in it. So he had this weird green hair through the whole thing. So he went out partying after he won the gold in something, and he what's it called? He got and then he got drunk, and him and the other Americans he was with like vandalized a gas station, and they paid off the gas station owner. But then they went back and told the press they got robbed at gunpoint. And they told the police that, and filed a false report. Now, Brazil is trying to extradite Lochte from the United States. Funny thing is, there is no extradition with the United States, especially for falsely reporting a crime. So, you're shit out of luck, Brazil. And oh no, Ryan Lochte can never go to Brazil again.
So they said that they got. So why would he lie about that? Because they robbed something?
No, because they vandalized.
I'm confused.
They vandalized something, and they didn't want it to be known that they vandalized. So they said, we were robbed. But no, they weren't robbed.
Oh, I thought you meant like they got robbed in their... Okay, I was confused. Why were they vandalizing things? What did they vandalize?
They were drunk assholes. A gas station.
How did they vandalize it? Like,
I don't know. I didn't see the video.
Did they smear their own poop on the wall?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video, or really care enough to... I just know the general story. So, one last thing before we go. Ghostbusters, the sequel is not happening. Surprise, surprise. Good. Did you see the new Ghostbusters movie?
No, I haven't, but I don't know how I feel about watching slapstick humor from females.
Okay, that's...
We're supposed to be better than that.
Okay. That's the thing, is that, like, not even slapstick humor from females, Ghostbusters was not a slapstick movie. Like, what this shows to me is that there was a fundamental misunderstanding of what it was that made the original Ghostbusters great. Like, by having it be all slapstick. So, that was the big problem. We've talked about that before. But, have we addressed how this has been a very lackluster year for movies so far?
No, we haven't. But like, I agree.
It's been a very year. Like,
but it has been a very good... But it has been a very good year for video games, I will say. So
far. I mean... What games have come out so far this year that were good? Okay, Overwatch.
I mean, so far. You know it's September, right? The year's pretty much done.
Yeah, no.
So far, my ass.
Okay, that was rude. Wow. Wow. You're just going all in on that now, aren't you? Well, yeah, this year we still have Skyrim Remastered coming out. We still have Final Fantasy 15 finally coming out. Do you remember freshman year?
And
George bought the PlayStation 3 just for Final Fantasy 15, and that was like 4 years ago.
Yes.
That was hilarious. They're making Final Fantasy Versus 13. It's coming out next year, and now here we are, a full console generation later, and it's finally coming out. I'm gonna get it when it comes out. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be a very strong year, and hopefully next year will be better as the Wii U owner in the world. Because it was not a good year to have a Wii U. Um,
The
no, I
one
haven't
Wii
bought
U
a
owner in the
single
world.
Wii U game at all this year. Like I bought fucking
Hmm.
Disney Infinity 3.0 for my Wii U because I felt bad that I don't play it enough. Like it's it's
Uh,
just it's just a like
oh well.
there was nothing good this year for me. But like for movies, like for me that like the number 2 movie of the year in my opinion was Independence Day Resurgence, which should not have been the case. Like how many times have you seen Deadpool?
Um, two,
If you watch it more than 4
twice.
times, it gets
That in
old.
theaters, and then I rented it.
If you watch it more than 4 times, it gets
Hmm.
old.
Well, I'm sure if you watch it more than four times within a certain amount of time, yeah,
Since it came out,
but
I've watched it
I
four
won't be.
times, and it's gotten old very fast. Like the humor is just like, look what we're doing. Isn't this edgy? Like, okay, yes, we get it. You're edgy. Like, move the fuck on. Um,
No, I mean, like, that's the way Deadpool is, though. It's not
kind of.
having to do with anything edgy. That's just the way Deadpool is. Like, have you read a comic
I have
ever
actually.
with him?
I have actually.
Okay, then why the fuck are you complaining?
Because Deadpool
Are you
has emotional
confused?
depth. Like the emotional moments in that movie were like great, but like when he like the humor is like a lot of the jokes don't land a second or third time. Like the best jokes are when he breaks
Stop.
the fourth wall.
What do you mean? Like, he's not emotional. You don't think that the emotionalness lands? I think it's pretty emotional.
No, I think some of the emotional, the all no, no, I said the opposite. The emotional moments in this movie land. The jokes don't. After hearing them repeatedly, like there are some
Oh,
that do.
well, don't listen to them one right. Don't listen to it like multiple times in a row,
Like what's it called when he
like you
goes
probably did.
like when he goes, fine, we'll just use our fists, and he's just like, sounds like your last weekend. Like that joke is funny every time for me. Um, but like that movie was okay. Batman v Superman was a like dumpster fire. Um, Civil War should not be my top movie of the year. Like nothing against Civil War, but it shouldn't be my number 1 movie of the year so far. Like, did you saw Civil War, right?
Yeah, I
You
think so.
loved it, right?
That's the one with. I thought it was good.
But yeah, that's gonna be lead. Like that's my number 1 movie so far, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't think any of the movies on the upcoming release slate, except for Rogue One, have a chance of topping it. Because like the major releases that still haven't come out yet, based on what we have beware of spoilers for scheduled, are The Magnificent Seven, Yoga Hoosers, um,
What's a
Doctor
yoga hooser?
Strange. That is the new Kevin Smith movie. That is a sequel to Tusk. And I have no expectation for that movie to be good. Nothing against Kevin Smith, but that movie I don't think is going to be stellar. But I will still see it and enjoy seeing it. Um, then Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, are the last movies of the year so far to go. Suicide. Did you see Suicide Squad yet? Did you see it? Yes. No. Maybe.
That was good. Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I did.
Did you
I
like
thought
it?
it was good. I liked it.
I did not like it.
I said it.
It was I didn't like the movie. Why did you like it?
Why not? I didn't like that it ended up being a Will Smith show, but I thought
Uh,
it was good.
my biggest
I
problem
really liked
was
Harley Quinn. I want more of her forever and ever.
like my biggest problem with the movie was that they don't
But
make the villains villainous
I did not
enough.
like the Joker.
No, that was my big complaint too.
Um, I hated the Joker. I thought the way they had the Joker was fucking stupid. They didn't need it in the movie. Maybe just a little bit of background with it, but that's
Like, I
about
don't
it.
have a problem with Jared Leto's portrayal, because like I like this take on the Joker.
I don't like it.
Like, I like the portrayal. I don't like the reason he was there, and it seemed like a waste of screen time to have him there. Um, but yeah, the movie, like, and the post-credit scene made me feel like that was the biggest. Like last year, I think I've said like the moment that awakens your inner child in a movie. Like you know the moments I'm talking about, right? Like, no matter how shitty it is after that
You make
moment.
it sound like opens your womb.
Okay, well, if that helps you, um, but like last year in
That's the way you make it sound.
in Star Wars, like when what's it called? When Finn and Kylo Ren are squaring up for the lightsaber fight, and there's like that moment of like tension, and you're just like, yes. Like you didn't like even like as
No,
result
no
as
moment in that did I ever go, yes.
okay, you didn't for a minute when you saw
Sorry.
the two lightsabers open go, okay, this is gonna be awesome, and then get your like hopes dashed to bits
No.
at the fight.
No, because Finn shouldn't have been freaking using the lightsaber.
Okay, well,
He should have
I
cut his
forgot.
own freaking face off because nobody. I'm not doing this. I've done it.
We've
I'm
had this
not.
discussion before.
I always get into a frenzy. I know. That's why I'm stopping.
Um, but like Jurassic
Sorry.
World, when she gets the T Rex, and it's just like time for the T Rex to fight the Indominus Rex, and it gets like here we go, and it's just like they fight to the death, and that was like the coolest thing ever. Or like Creed, like you don't have the same emotional attachment to Rocky that I do. So at the end of Creed, when when Rocky goes to him, like you get out there and you knock that son of a bitch down, and they play the theme from Rocky, like right at that moment. Like me and Peter were both, we saw that movie in theaters. We were both like, yes, because they saved the Rocky theme for that moment, and it's so perfect.
I like
Um,
Rocky.
did you see Creed yet?
No,
Okay, let me grab
probably
my copy. Grab
won't
my
see it
copy
in
of you.
theaters.
It already came out on DVD. It's been out on DVD for a while. We reviewed it on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
back in like March.
I wasn't invited.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't invited.
You definitely were invited. Anyway, so upcoming episodes we have. So we are
No,
coming up
they
on
fucking suck. I. Would you?
what?
I'm sorry. There's a May on my team right now, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing in competitive mode. She keeps
Oh.
fucking blocking me, and I'm gonna kill her. Like,
So
I
yeah,
want to kill her.
so we have upcoming episodes. You ready for this? So as we said
Yeah.
earlier, Tuesday we will be doing the episode for Beetlejuice. Hopefully Peter will be back by then. Then we have on.
Why? I like Beetlejuice. I can talk about it.
Yeah, I know, but he picked the movie. Like because he picked it,
Oh,
I'd
okay.
rather. Yeah, yeah. Then on the next episode we have Friday Night Lights, then Back to School, then Captain America: Civil War, then pick your favorite Robin Hood movie. That was Josie's selection.
I love Robin Hood. That was me. I picked that.
Yes. We're gonna be doing a HBO special on the 20th of October. We're gonna watch a fuck ton of HBO and talk about it. We're gonna be talking about Luke Cage at some point in the near future, Daredevil season 2, even sooner. We have a beware of spoilers coming up for Yoga Hoosers at some point in the near future. Me and Peter will be doing that, as well as the Magnificent Seven. And last but not least, we have we're gonna be going back to commentary tracks again at some point in the near future. Um, we're also going to be talking about toward the end of the year. I bring this up now because I just remembered. I looked at the book on my desk. Um, when we go into the 13th episode on December 13th for A New Hope, we will be covering a few other things as well. We will also be covering the Star Wars book Lords of the Sith, because that ties in. And there was one other Star Wars thing um, Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV show. We'll be covering that day. Um, the one that's on Netflix now in its entirety. Because both of those things tie into Rogue One. Because what's it called? Forrest Whitaker's character comes from the TV show, and to get an understanding of how the standard average everyday people view Darth Sidious and Darth Vader, Lords of the Sith does a good job of explaining that to us. So that will be our lead-in to that episode. We will be doing our year in review again, like we did last year. We have to start coming up with better categories than last year, because Josie told me last year was bad. Um, is that a
For
correct
what?
observation? The year in review categories. The categories for our
Oh,
year in review we did.
sure.
So we'll be coming up with new categories.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Some of
yes.
them,
They were
some of
too
them will,
weird and too,
some of them will stay the same. Like we're gonna keep best picture, we're gonna keep best trailer, and we're gonna keep best trailer misdirect.
of course. You just tried to do too much. That's all.
Right. We'll try to limit it down, and we're gonna do the same contest we did last year. Hopefully someone will enter this year. That would be nice. And we will be
That'd be
what's it
cool.
called? What? We will be giving away a copy of Mamma Mia on Blu-ray. We will be giving away a copy of my book and another copy of my book, which will be signed by me, not Peter, because he's too far away to sign it. So, suck on that.
You
Anyway,
could send it to him.
I'm not gonna pay to send the
Suck
book.
on that.
I'm not gonna pay to send the book to Peter, then have him pay to send it back to me, then pay to send it to whoever it was that's getting it. Like that's a lot of paying to send
Why
stuff.
not?
How much money do you think
Don't
I
be
make?
cheap.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It probably would be cheap.
I don't know. You buy stuff all the time.
That's fair. All right, so we'll be
So,
back. We'll be back on Monday, and I will
do you hear
announce.
my dog?
Yes, I do hear your dog. I may have information in the
She's so
future.
fun.
A little teaser for people out there. I may have news in the near future that I can share with you guys. That'll be
Are
fun.
you pregnant?
What the fuck? No. Why?
Because you said
Okay. And
you
on
have
that note,
news.
yeah. But if that was it, why the hell? Okay, we're done. I don't even know where to go with that. Like, what's the first problem with that? Like, first of all, if I was pregnant, I don't know why I'd announce it. Number two, I don't know why I'd tease it as a future announcement. Number three, it'd be in a fucking scientific journal because I'm a guy. So it wouldn't be that much of an announcement. So, yeah, it may be an announcement in the future, but we will see. So yeah, so we'll be back Monday with Beetlejuice. Good night.
Woo! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Shit!